Hi guys. So this is actually my second time on Accutane, and the first time I was on it, I didn't do any type of diary or anything, and I decided that I would this time. Um, as you can see, my skin is not. I'm sorry, I'm the worst with this whole camera thing. My skin is not horrific this time around. You see, there's a lot of dark spots, and this thing on my forehead right here is actually a scratch that anyone who's been on Accutane for a while knows that the skin gets very sensitive, so it makes everything a lot worse. So this really shouldn't have been that bad, but Accutane, you know, did this. But my first time on Accutane, well, let me just start out by saying that I'm 27. I've been dealing with acne since I was about 10 years old. It was the worst, I want to say, in middle school and high school. I pretty much had what they call pizza face. For many, many years, went to lots of dermatologists who prescribed me all types of gels and creams, and some of them really like burned my skin. It was just horrible, and it wasn't until a little less than 3 years ago that I went to my doctor for a physical, and she looked at my skin, which was having one of its many episodes. I mean, I always have, the dark spots, but there are times when I get really, really, really big, painful pimples, and they'll come like several all over my face, and it really, really hurts. It looks really, really bad. Um, and I was going in for a physical, and my doctor's like, there's absolutely no reason for your skin to look like that. And she's like, you have cystic acne. She's like, I'm going to recommend my dermatologist. And then she mentioned Accutane to me, and she was the first person out of all these years of going to a dermatologist to mention Accutane. So I made the appointment with the dermatologist, and then I started doing the research, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is there really something that could help my skin? So about 2 years ago, I went on Accutane. I went on my first dose, my first treatment, and it was extremely, extremely effective. I mean, I went from having horrible skin my whole life to pretty much having flawless skin. It wasn't an easy process. I have really, really, really oily skin, and when I first started taking it, I want to say maybe a week in, I started noticing that the oil was less and less and less in my skin. And the first month, that's all it was. It was pretty much just all of the oils coming out of my skin. And then in my second month, I had my IB, my initial breakout, which was horrible. But because of all the research I did, I was really just excited about the process. So even looking really, really crazy with my skin, it was just like, you know what? If this can do the trick, I don't really care. So when I went back for my third month blood work, my doctor put me on prednisone, which is a steroid to try to reduce all of the acne all of the issues I was having with acne at the time, and it kind of helped. I want to say around my fifth month, I was actually on Accutane for about 10 months, guys. My skin is just very resistant, but around my fifth month, I started getting really excited because that's when it was kind of like the acne started going away from the middle of my face, and it just kind of like started going away like this. So I want to say around the fifth month, my whole T-zone, like this whole area here, was clear. I mean, really, really clear. I just had acne like on the sides of my face by this point. But I was so excited to see the amazing effects. And I want to say probably by my seventh month, my skin was so incredibly smooth. I mean, I could not believe, anyone who's been on Accutane for a while, you guys know how it smooths out the skin. And even though I had like the dark spots, my face felt amazing. I mean, so soft and so smooth. I just couldn't believe it. By the time I ended the treatment, I mean, I felt like $1,000,000. And then I want to say like 7 months into it, the acne started coming back, which I, my doctor, my dermatologist was really upset about it because he's like, I promised you amazing skin and I don't understand why it's coming back. And really, for me, going my whole life with acne, I mean, the 7 months that I had of clear skin really meant a lot to me. So I said, no problem. I'm going to go on a second round. And, we went through the whole process. But at this point, I had different insurance. Better insurance because I don't have to pay for doctor's visits or prescriptions. But initially, I have to pay for prescriptions out of pocket. And I get reimbursed within about 10 days. Well, I wasn't counting on the fact that the Accutane would be $700. So when I went to pick up the prescription, I didn't have $700. And I'm like, okay, I guess I can't go back on it. So that was around January. And I kind of put it off all these months until about 2 months ago, my skin started getting really, really oily again. I mean, like, I would wash my face in the morning and I wasn't using, any kind of moisturizer at this time because it was so oily again. But I would wash my face, I would leave the house, I would get to work, and literally, I start work at 9. By 10 o'clock, I could run my hand over the back of my face and my hand just be completely covered with oil. I mean, it was nasty. So I said, I gotta go back on Accutane. So I just saved up the $700 and went back to my dermatologist and told him, you know what, it's time again. So I'm on my first month of my second round. I am on Clarivis, 40 milligrams a day, twice a day. When I first, the first round that I was on, I think I was doing 30 milligrams 3 times a day. And that was fine for me. I think I started with like 30 milligrams twice a day. And 3 months in, my dermatologist upped my dosage because, I could handle it. So this time around, I'm on 40 milligrams twice a day. And the only real effects I'm seeing, well, besides, my skin being very sensitive already. Just like last time, my skin is already nowhere near as oily. I think I'm on like day 25. And, the oils are definitely leaving my skin. I'm seeing the sebum come up in my nose a lot, which is kind of disgusting, but kind of cool at the same time. My lips, oh my gosh. For those of you who haven't started Accutane yet and are gonna start Accutane, the best thing in the world that you can buy is, oh gosh, what is it called? I'm drawing a blank. It's this stuff for the lips and it's awesome. When I do my next video, I'll remember. But right now, I'm just using the medicated Blistex, which is really, really good. The only thing about it is that I have to use it a lot, but it works. You guys who haven't started Accutane, be prepared for how dry it's going to make your lips. It's insane. Drink a lot of water. And the only 2 things I use on my face, Cetaphil is amazing, okay? I use the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser for all skin types. It's awesome. Very, very, very mild. Usually what I do is when I get in the shower, I put it on, I bathe, and then I take it off at the end. And then I use Cetaphil Moisturizing Cream. which is awesome as well. You definitely don't want anything too heavy or perfumed while you're on Accutane. You want to keep it as mild as possible. And these two products, Cetaphil is awesome. Kind of expensive. I think between the cleanser and the moisturizer, it's like $30, but it's big containers and it's definitely worth it. So yeah, I'm not sure if you can really see what my skin looks like. You see the dark spots, and like I said, this is my second treatment. I wish I had done a video on my first one so you guys could really understand how bad my skin was and how amazing it looked afterwards. But I definitely think you know, if I keep posting every month, you'll see it really is awesome. And you know, at first my mom was like, do you really want to be on it? You know, all the side effects or whatever. But anyone who suffers from moderate to severe acne, I think it's worth it, regardless of the side effects, regardless of whether you just turned 21 and you really want to drink. Don't drink on Accutane, guys. Although I've had a few drinks on Accutane. When I was on my first round, it was around my 25th birthday, and I went for my monthly visit and told my doctor, like, my birthday's coming, I'm gonna drink. And he's like, you know, your levels have been fine, just don't drink too much. So I didn't drink a lot, but come on, 6 months of drinking, it's not that serious. Like, you guys can do it. I also really wanted to post this video because I don't see any other videos from African American men or women. And although I'm the only black girl that I know that has ever been on Accutane, you know, I just wanted to post this video for you know, all those black girls and guys out there, to let you know, like, Accutane is awesome for us too. So this is my first video. Like I said, this is day 25, and I think towards the end of every month I'm gonna post a video, so look out for it, guys.